Hello, hello! It's me, Sakura Shinabi, once again with Katawa Shoujo! Woo, woo, woo! Sorry about that, guys. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for feeling joy. Alright, let's load our save. Last time we ran with Emmy and, Kenji wanted money for pizza, and that took forever to get through. So let us just load up our save and get right into it. Why don't we? The time I never get back. I I get I'll get him for this somehow. Yeah, but we will get Kenji. That's the last thing we do. But right now I have to get to class. I'm the first person in the classroom, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer the time with Kenji. The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up with my head hitting the surface of my desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize this is a good reason as any to stay up from now on and come to class so early in the morning. Eventually, I hear tapping noise outside the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in the classroom, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako? Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant, as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I consider doing so because she looks rather lonesome, standing there. She steps in on her own accord though, and after straightening her skirt and her shirt collar as if it was of importance to look prim when entering our classroom. Excuse me, she calls in quietly in the classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. Hisao, good morning. I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious that I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely if I were to tell too big of a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now. Oh, have you seen Hanako today by any chance? No, she seems to come in only just before the bell rings, or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something others should? Punctuality is a good thing, I think. So anyway, it's a very busy morning. Today the festival's coming up soon, and today is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that's why it's so quiet today. Hi! Hi! Misha pops in the room with Shizune if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. Hi, Yi-chan! Hi. ... Look, it's the class representative. Hello! Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha or Shizune's use of the word look. Good morning. ... Of course you're not the representative of this class, right? Right. I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answer to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they don't really get along at all. Then I realized that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present. And she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she is talking to. As for she knows she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune being the one that she actually talks to. Damn, how complicated. I decided to help Lily out for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune. ... You were here even earlier than us. Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting so angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird though. Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true, I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge interaction. Before I start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on. ... Class rep, it's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. ... The festival's coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget report for the festival, even the first years, except you. Wahahaha! There's still time to hand it in, isn't there? ... Today is the deadline. You certainly taking your time, aren't you? If you had it your way, I'd have all the necessary paperwork days ago. But someone had to say deadline extension, please. Yes, that was me, planning something on the scale. This scale is not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame to expect a whole class to work out such a complex issue completely. ... Do you want to know what's harder than distributing funds for one class event? Handling the same matter every day in every class in the school and then some. Then the ones who does it, it's me. Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she is really getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. Please, Sal, it's all right. Lily seems happy that I'm taking her side, but a bit uncomfortable that I might not think she can take care of herself. This is about the budget, and I'm not disappointed you think that I have forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. ... Then, can I have it, please? Shizune, she might not have it on her at this exact second. It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune's and Misha's efforts to rope me into student council. I guess words must have gotten around, and now she's using an ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better. ... It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should just be delegating away. As class representative, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is just terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they could not come to school and give it back to me. If you want, I will apologize on the behalf for them getting sick. Okay. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. ... Lily, don't they live at the school? That's a 5-minute walk, you know. They couldn't possibly have prevented them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class. Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to loosen her normal cheerful voice. The result is interesting and surreal. Dot dot dot. And what's with the attitude? I said that it's not something you should be delegating away. Are you and your class representative, aren't you? Tell me the names of the two students. They should have your job if you can't handle something that simple yourself. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to be taking care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient. She's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she's becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers carefully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily neither can hear nor see her how excited she is. Dot dot dot. Of course you'll do so much, class rep. It must be difficult being you. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without a hint of sarcasm, which they were meant to have. Lily and Shizune don't like each other, that much is clear, but it seems a little much. It seems like Lily has enough and is ready to push back. Oh, I have to cover that up. I was just actually discussing the budget report before you came. You must be very talented at finishing all your students' council duties so quickly that you can track me down to make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be very difficult for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. And it's not hard to guess which one you might represent. The air between them ripples with the heat of their avidity. Well, not really. They just can't disguise it anymore. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Dot dot dot. Hee-chan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Dot dot dot. Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hee-chan? Aren't you? Then I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is getting mad at me. Cut me and Lily some slack. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much even if I wanted to. That's right, you shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into it on his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decided to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with both of us. Dot dot dot. Excuses. Miss Class Rep has plenty of time to deal with her report. And we've repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refuse to commit yourself to making a festival a success. Yeah, but as I said before, that I'm not sure if I don't have the time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will be being drawn into a confrontation with Suzune, and that's what she wants. Well, forget it. I turn my back to them. Lily, class is going to be starting soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Shizune freezing. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been ignored in such a blunt manner. Thank you, Hasao. I'll be leaving now then. She gives me the sweetest smile I've ever seen and turns her heel to make her exit. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. I can feel her eyes burning in my back. I can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I expect Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but it's really wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class after leaving her seat, looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the event of this morning, the class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn to the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opts to covering the board in rows and rows of equations, taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on the blackboard seems to be synchronized perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass time, even though they're right there in the textbook. The bell rings. I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while, reviewing what we covered in class. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with crowds in the hallway. I noticed Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune signing so fast her hands make noise like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there is pent-up anger in there? Misha is trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whenever they discuss, it looks like it's very serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crack, and Misha struggles to spit out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like dealing with her tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything to other girls say. It seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girl sits down on the seat again. I'm so tired! She hangs her head limply on the desk, looking exhausted. I use this opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again. I suspect the door is closed for me now. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after class, they are always talking about their plans for it. It's kinda neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me at first, if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but then she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slight, unfocused eyes. ... She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. Well, of course we're in the student council, you know. We're pretty busy. ... It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with our strength. ... We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. ... That's why there must be no flaws, I think there was encumbrances? No, nothing that makes the festival feel short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are really oddly fitting of them. Oh, hello! I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly in the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes at Misha's straightforward jab, even though it was only in jest. ... Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and stare back away to the point where her fingers can be seen wrapping nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by associating her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She came by in the morning, though. Hanako keeps looking uneasy at Shizune, who stares back at her with the unusual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course Shizune is going to look away, and she is intimidated enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It's a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? ... If she has any sense in her head, she'd be in her classroom working on her festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at? You need to find her. She was looking for you this morning, but I guess you have missed each other. She waited a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. Yeah, I can come with you. That's okay. Hanako nods rationally, still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has really troubled expression she seems to be wearing almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard myself. I wonder why. I kinda understand why she's always seems to be wary, or maybe more like why there would be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. Were you planning on eating with Lily? She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's not bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako could be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag as we're taking our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace. I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It's almost like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can only say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing though. Even though we're walking at the same pace, she never comes with arms reaching me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me, given how shy she is. There doesn't seem to be much helping, as if for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako sinks her head lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just the library. I was reading. She does spend the classes she skips at the library. Ah, so not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class like Shizune said, right? Right. With the slightest nod, Hanako agrees with my reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need double layer silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a little more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I asked the question. That much was rather obvious after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Must be a pain being in a different class, I'm guessing. She gives a sharp, almost reflex nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible. Lily comes by the classroom though, even when she's busy. She gives me a small smile as she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more, both of us content that the discussion reached the end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading down the stairs, like fish moving from one feeding area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako has moved around behind me. Hey, are you alright? Just keep going. The students pass us without much as a second glance, and Hanako takes up position to my side as we enter the building, her momentarily reprised from her anxiety and all that snatches away. We even climb towards the third floor. She doesn't seem to relax. It's as if I've never known a shy person before, and even shy girls, but Hanako seems pretty far beyond what I'd call normal in the fear of other people. If it weren't for Lily acting so meditatory, I'd doubt Hanako would have even able to walk beside me like this. She seems completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of us walk up to Lily's classroom, continuing to strain silence while I rue her inability to socialize at all. Alright, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank y'all for watching. Remember, if you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, Bakas, stay stinky!